On. There we go. Hello and welcome all you basketball fans for another installment of YSN Live Basketball. We are here at the friendly confines of Boardman High School for this interconference matchup, AAC matchup on the line between longtime rivals, the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Boardman Spartans. Austintown Fitch, number 18 in the YSN Live Power Rankings. Boardman ranked number 4. As we get ready, our starters today. First for the visiting Falcons, Zeta Creaky, Destiny McCullough, Ayla Ray, Jocelyn Jordan, and Rachel Spalding. The other way for our Boardman, Ava Freeborough, Gia Treveri, Bella Martin, Cami Goski, and Mackenzie Riccatelli. Falcons start with possession. Creaky trying to kick over to the wing. McCullough gets trapped, feeds out, tries to go straight through the lane. Mackenzie Riccatelli there to intercept it, tried to take a coast-to-coast take. McCullough gets the weak side board. McCullough effectively gets fouled on the other end. I do not believe in the act of shooting. We'll double check on that. No, they say it was on the floor, and Ayla Ray going to be inbounding. Ray goes to Spalding. Rachel Spalding makes no mistake about it, fires off a three-pointer, but could not find the mark. Mackenzie Riccatelli so quick, beats everybody in the fast break for the opening bucket here in this one, and Boardman with a 2-0 lead. Ray goes to McCullough, trying to break the press of the Spartans. McCullough gets into the paint, tries to dribble through the defense, and it was stripped. Riccatelli again gets the seal, able to evade the defense, cuts inside with the bucket, and the and one attached to it. Mackenzie Riccatelli, all the scoring for Boardman here early on, and it's a 4-0 Spartan lead. Riccatelli to step to the stripe, looking for the and one conversion. Riccatelli, anytime she sees that Falcon red, always produces in these rivalry games, and she's not wasting any time getting out of the box early. 5 points already for Riccatelli and a 5-0 Boardman lead. Sam Severn checking in. Creaky kicks out to Severn. Now to Jocelyn Jordan. Jordan, nice pass. Ayla Ray able to get it off the glass after a couple bounces, and Austintown's on the board. Looking to pass out, gets it over to Freeborough. Ava Freeborough, handoff, Riccatelli. Riccatelli backing out, taking a long distance three. It's off the back iron. She gets her own board into the paint. Nice pass on the cut, off the glass. And Boardman with another bucket. This time, Cami Goski scores it for the Spartans, and it's a 7-2 Boardman lead. Firm control for the Spartans to start out. Austintown looking to respond with some offense. Creaky passes up the three, kicks out to Severn. Severn into her dribble, feeds out to Creaky. Creaky loses the handle, gets it back to the corner. Ayla Ray, a look, goes into the driving game. Shot over the rim, fought for and got it out by Jocelyn Jordan. Ayla Ray, corner three, and she splashes it home. One part of Ayla Ray's game that she has constantly improved and consistently improved through the years, her three-point shooting, as she splashes home another and makes it a 2-point game. Boardman has led throughout the entirety of this contest as Riccatelli shot. They're able to get her into a low percentage shot, and I think it might have also been tipped on the take. Severn passes inside. Jocelyn Jordan immediately goes into a take and draws a foul, as Jocelyn Jordan and the Falcons are going to be going to the line for a pair of free throws, and these chance to tie the game for Fitch. As Jocelyn Jordan, first of two, and it's good. And the lead cut to 1 for the Spartans. 5:28 to go here in the first quarter of play. Jocelyn Jordan gets on the board with her first. And that's all to be had this time for Jordan. As it's back to the Spartans, they try to get a quick score, offensive board. Couldn't corral it on the second chance attempt. Would have been the third chance bucket if they were able to secure the rebound. No good on 2 shots, but that's one of the keys and where Boardman was better than Austintown in their first meeting. That offensive rebounding category Plenty of second chance looks for the Spartans the first time around, as Jocelyn Jordan only needs one look at the bucket that time, nails it down from the elbow. Boardman, first time trailing in this game, 8-7. Freeborough with her left, kicks to Riccatelli in the corner. Near side corner, Riccatelli. Rachel Spalding on her defensively. Riccatelli gets to her spot in the paint, but can't convert. Bit strong. Ayla Ray with the board. Creaky, Freeborough, walking with her defensively from the half court over to Rachel Spalding now. Spalding gets it inside to Ayla Ray. Right back to the corner. Spalding gets to the block, overshoots it though. Rebounded, Goski, and here come the Spartans. Treveri, Riccatelli. Riccatelli, oh, she split the defense. What a nice pass. Mackenzie Riccatelli. Call her the magician with a magical pass to split the lane. Boardman back on top. Jocelyn Jordan tries to regain the lead, but not to be had. Riccatelli with the board, but it goes off of the hands of Gia Treveri. And it's a turnover by the Spartans. Little miscommunication, I think. Treveri might have actually punched the ball out of bounds. 3:56, first quarter of play. Back and forth it has been. Ayla Ray goes deep to Jocelyn Jordan, kicking it right back to Ray in the corner. The handoff, Creaky. Ball handling with Regan Smith on her. Creaky at a seam, opts to go inside, tosses up the shot, couldn't get it off the glass, does get her own rebound. It's knocked free. McCullough tracks it down, gets it over to Sammy Severn. Good job by Severn to keep it alive. Jocelyn Jordan measures up the three-pointer and hits it from distance as Jocelyn Jordan counted as a 2, excuse me. They say a foot on the line, but nonetheless, lead back for Austintown. Here 11-9, no, it was a 3, excuse me. They do count it 6 points now for Jordan. Looking to respond with a 3, Smith. Not to be had in that attempt. 3 minutes and ticking. Falcons with an 11-9 lead over the Spartans. Creaky tried to get Sam Severn on that baseline, but there to knock it out of bounds, Treveri. Kylie Folkwine going to get her first minutes in this ballgame, as well as Jordan Binion getting some rest for a couple of the Falcons and looking to get some fresh legs out on the court. Going to check in now. Sammy Severn's going to be inbounding from the baseline. Severn scans the perimeter, tries to get to Creaky. It's intercepted by Riccatelli. Riccatelli running the fast break, keeping her dribble, stops up on the far side wing. Goes to work with Creaky on her defensively. Gets some space. Riccatelli 3, too strong. Whistle blown in the pile, I believe. And where's the foul address? They say it's on the Spartans. Give it back to the Falcons. Offensive foul, I believe, was called. And at 2:40 and ticking, Fitch gets it back. McCullough crosses over. Loses the defender momentarily, now to the corner, kicks over to Creaky. Creaky inside to Sam Severn. Baseline try for a 2, no good. Offensive board, Folkwine tried the reverse layup attempt. No net to be had, and it's out of bounds off Fitch. Boardman to keep it. Ava Freeborough to inbound. Bringing 2 in the backcourt defensively are the Falcons. Riccatelli with McCullough, she slips her. Gets the mismatch. Now McCullough picks her back up defensively. Trying to get that mismatch with Binion. Now they work it inside. Folkwine defensively. Back out to Riccatelli. Swinging it over Smith. Now into the corner. Freeborough to Riccatelli. Got loose. Wing 3. No good. Little wide right, and the rebound by the Falcons. We're under 2 to go. Minute 50. Oh, look at Mackenzie Riccatelli, a thief tonight with another steal and score. We're knotted up at 11 apiece. She will not be denied. 7 points for Riccatelli. Creaky to McCullough. McCullough cuts into the lane, gets stopped up. Couldn't find the shot. Binion trying to pry the rebound loose. Jump ball is called, and the arrow favors Fitch. Ayla Ray looks to check in. I believe Zeta Creaky coming out, getting her first minutes of rest. Minute 26 to go. quarter number 1. No sheriff in town currently. It's Boardman basketball. Freeborough looks to be inbounding. McCullough, the lone Fitch defender in the backcourt, looking to guard Riccatelli in a full court press. Riccatelli kicks to that elbow, whistle blown, and it's a foul on Fitch, as Binion not have an established position, and they call it a blocking foul. So give it to Boardman now on the other side of the court, right underneath their own basket. Can look for a quick hit, pass, and score. Scanning the plane, kicks it out. Goski has it at the elbow. Extra pass, Riccatelli. Three-pointer, could not bank it home. Riccatelli gets it back off the board. Driving, Traveri, the floater. Couple bounces off the rim, no good, but another offensive board. Try it from 3, the bank not there. Another offensive board. Goski to Traveri. Back to Riccatelli, three-pointer. You try it enough, it'll eventually work out. Mackenzie Riccatelli, 10 points in the first, and a 14-11 Boardman lead. McCullough to Ayla 40 seconds and ticking. Big key in the Boardman win last time these two schools met each other. Boardman's rebounding game, getting plenty of second chance looks in their last meeting. They had 4 shot attempts on the last possession. Boardman, 25 seconds and ticking, a 3-point lead to work with, can hold for the last shot. They're gonna work it back to Freeborough. In no rush, likely to try to bleed it down to about 10 seconds and then get to work. We're at 10 seconds and ticking now. Freeborough to the corner in Goski. Goski gets back to Riccatelli, 5 seconds. Boardman into an attack mode, tries to cut through the lane. It was stripped from Riccatelli. They're not gonna get a shot off though. Fitch, as the first quarter buzzer sounds off, and we are through 8 minutes of play here at Boardman High School. A back and forth quarter sees Boardman on top by 3, 14-11 after 8 minutes of play. We'll be back with a second quarter and more. Ty Bartell, ysnlive.com. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Hi, I want to tell you about my Trisha Yearwood home collection available at Sheely's Furniture. With 2 locations serving Ohio and Pennsylvania, Sheely's is one of the country's top sellers of my home collection. And the best part? At Sheely's, you never have to wait for a sale. They offer everyday low pricing as well as a price match guarantee, so you can shop the Trisha Yearwood home collection with confidence. Come see my collection with something to offer for every room in your home and get it all with free local delivery, only at Sheely's Furniture.
Welcome back, everybody. Start of the second quarter, and it is Austintown Fitch basketball to begin. Falcons trail by 3 here at Boardman High School, home of the Spartans. Spartans get the block of Zeta Creaky, and they're going to work in the fast break. Freeborough running it. Stops up, kicks across the court, open look, three-pointer, left short, rebounded by McCullough. McCullough tried to get to Creaky. Creaky had to come up and get it. Now out to Jocelyn Jordan. They hand off to Creaky, and they're going to set up a half-court play. Rachel Spalding off the screen, steps in for a 2, and too strong on the attempt. Whistle blown, a foul is called on Fitch. And keep it with Boardman. We'll see who this one's going to be addressed to. As it'll be foul number 3 here in the first half on Fitch. 2 the other way for Boardman for reference, as both teams did not take a timeout through the first 8 minutes. They have the full 5. Riccatelli bringing it up, guarded by Spalding. They've tried 3 different defenders on her throughout this game. Riccatelli able to get past Spalding, but a double dribble is called, and they give it back to Fitch. We've seen McCullough and Creaky guarding Riccatelli, but trying to find the right combination defensively, the Falcons, as Boardman was consistent scoring through those first 8 minutes, looking to slow down the Spartan offense. One thing you got to do if you're the Falcons, you figure you got to do something about those rebounds, and Boardman keeps on keeping on, and they're dominating, ending shots usually at one attempt for Fitch at one end, getting 3 to 4 looks on the other off of misses, but Fitch makes good off the steal as McCullough, the weak side bucket, and it's a 1-point game yet again. Mackenzie Riccatelli, a scoring machine to this point. Work it to Goski. And a double dribble called again. Second one on the Spartans in back-to-back possessions. And another turnover by Boardman. Falcons trying to create a lot of extra looks off of steals and live ball turnovers. Not a case of a live ball turnover in that exchange, but nonetheless, an extra possession for Fitch. And there's one thing you can do. If you can't swing the rebounding into your favor, you can at least look to try to get extra looks another way. Nice defense, but Ayla Ray still able to knock down the far side three-pointer. Back and forth we go. The Falcons reclaim the lead, 16-14. Boardman had some responses preloaded last time. Let's see if they have it again. Treveri, nice cut. The shot too strong as it rainbows over the rim. Rebounded by Fitch. Ayla Ray's running it. Jocelyn Jordan a little slow to get up, now gets into the front court. Rachel Spalding over to Ayla Ray. Under 5.5 to go, half number one. Kick to that corner. Creaky takes it back out to the top, swings over to McCullough. McCullough, Ayla Ray, another corner three. Ayla Ray is feeling it from the corners, her third triple of the night as Ayla Ray makes it a 5-point Falcon lead, largest of the game, and Boardman and Coach Hammerton want a timeout to talk things over, and they're going to get it at 5:10 left to go here in quarter number 2. We'll take a timeout with the Spartans and be back right after this.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Welcome back, everybody. As we get ready to come out of the Boardman timeout, we see the Spartans huddled up, talking things over as they trail by 5 to the Falcons. After Ayla Ray hits back-to-back three-pointers, let's take a look at the standings and why this game means so much and how much it means. You see Boardman 10-6, 4-1 in the conference. Austintown Fitch is 8-10, 2-4 overall. We'll be back into those conference standings a little bit later. Just a brief look at where these two teams stand and how important this game is, primarily for the Spartan side of things, trying to stay one back, control their own destiny of conference leader Campfield, and Cardinals off to a heck of a season so far to start. But the AAC still wide open between those two schools. Really a two-school race, as we saw Howland, Fitch, and Harding all with 4 losses apiece in the conference, as Boardman with 1 and Campfield, of course, the perfect 5-0 inside the AAC. 2-horse race, but it is still an open conference, not yet to be decided, as the next time the Cardinals and Spartans meet should be and make for an exciting matchup. Goski to Treveri. Treveri's in that corner. Spartans trail by 5. Treveri over to the corner yet again. They kick it out now. Freeborough. 4:23 and ticking. Freeborough. Nice take by Freeborough, keeping the dribble through it. Got to her spot. Right side block and finished. It's a 1-possession game yet again. Creaky gets it, and a traveling violation called. Took a step in between the dribbles, and the Falcons surrender it back to the Spartans at 4:08. Reagan Smith going to check in and inbound, and they're going to say from the sideline rather than the baseline. readjust her in that aspect, and they get it out. Riccatelli getting pressed by Spalding. Set the screen, they kick it over. Nice extra pass inside the lane, and the score. Bella Martin able to get the bucket. Nice design play by Boardman, moving it around, and it's a 1-point game yet again. McCullough looking for the pass, and a traveling violation called. The feet moved, the pivot foot moved at least, and that's what the official sideline nearest the Boardman bench got the best view of it, made the call. Boardman getting it back and a chance to reclaim the advantage. 3.5, first half. Riccatelli guarded by Severn. Sam Severn doing a good job keeping Riccatelli in front of her. Momentarily, Riccatelli, a very, very fast guard too, and extraordinarily fast with that dribble. Tough to keep her in front defensively too. You got to be quick on those feet and never want to really overcommit one side or the other. Freeborough on that wing, another capable ball handler for the Boardman Spartans too, as utilizing Riccatelli and Freeborough and having two girls that could act as a point guard at any given time really can expand what the Spartans can do offensively, and really opens up the options as a foul is called at 2:46. It's on the Falcons, 5th on Fitch as a team, and they'll have one left to give before putting Boardman in the bonus. Goski, guarded by Jocelyn Jordan, tries to get baseline. Jordan, face guarding, gets it to Riccatelli, and a block by Folkwine. And Kylie Folkwine, nice denial of the shot of Riccatelli off the cut. And freshman Kylie Folkwine has made good with a lot of the minutes that she's been given throughout the course of the season. Very effective role player that looks to expand her role as the seasons go on. And you have a feeling that with the raw talent she already has, you look for her to get better in all the sports she participates in. Three-pointer a little off the mark for Creaky. Folkwine there with a fancy shot and finish. And the lead back to 3. Nice offensive board. Second chance points for the Falcons. Running shot, bank not there. Rebounded Jocelyn Jordan. Tries to split the press coming in from the Spartans, trying to pry the ball loose, at least get a jump ball call, but a foul called rather. Boardman had a few to give. It's only their third here in the first half, so they decided to pump up the aggressiveness and trying to get the steal. 3-point lead for Fitch. They also have possession. Creaky to Severn. Severn kicks over to McCullough. Nice defense by Boardman, moving with the ball in the zone. They get it inside. Folkwine with the matchup. They bring in the weak side defense, swarm her as the trap came, and the traveling violation came with it. And they forced the turnover to the Spartans. And a wise trap on the baseline. They brought the double, and it was effective. Minute 53, Boardman can look to trim or tie the ball game here. Capable three-point shooting team, of course, but that is not all in their limitations offensively. Can beat you in a multitude of ways, as Creaky had to sub out. They bring in Sam Severn and Kara Perrone. And Boardman on the other side gets it knocked out of bounds. They're going to keep possession at a minute 40. Treveri now looks for the inbound. Going to be rushing, and a whistle blown. 5 seconds on the Spartans. And little mental lapse. Didn't see any passing. No timeout to be called. And the Falcons to get it back with the lead. And a minute 33 left in the half. Rachel Spalding takes it with her left, gets into the lane. What a take by Rachel Spalding. Long strides to the rim and a nice finish to complement a 5-point lead. Back for the Falcons. Started this quarter earlier with a 5-point advantage. Boardman was able to chip their way right back into it. Three-pointer left short, tipped right back into Fitch. 60 seconds to go, half number 1. Sammy Severn tries to step in, blocked from behind. Defense swarmed her. Rachel Spalding tries to save it. Riccatelli right there to say thank you very much. Riccatelli kicks to the corner. Three-pointer dialed up by Smith, but it's no good. And trying to get a hold of it, Ayla Ray draws the foul as Martin on the ground trying to grab a hold of the basketball. Got a little bit too much contact to the hand. Fourth foul committed by Boardman here in the first half, and 36.6. Fitch to get the ball back, 5-point lead, and can hold for the last shot if they elect to do so. Ayla Ray goes to Creaky. Almost stolen away by Riccatelli. Creaky steps in for the 2 and extends the Falcon lead to 7 now. Spartans, 18 seconds, can look for another shot before half. Nice pump fake, gets a lane, gets the foul, 2 off the cut. 12.6 is what remains here in the first half, and the Spartans gonna look to pick up a couple of points here at the free throw line. As the first of 2 rattles around, and it is no good. As Barrow with her second, and that one is good, splitting the 2. Barrow cuts it to a 6-point lead. Fitch, 8 seconds and ticking, can still get a final shot, 5 seconds and ticking. It's tipped out of bounds, it goes at 3.4. As Freeborough, they tried to grab a hold of it. Instead, Dikembe Mutombo had absolutely swatted it into the second row. Looking for the quick shot, Creaky, the fader, oh, are you kidding me? What a difficult shot by Zeta Creaky. From the wing, fading to her right, the bank is open on Boardman in a snowy Wednesday night. And the Falcons will take a 9-point advantage into the halftime, as we'll have a halftime break loaded up for you here on the network. About a 10-minute intermission as we get into our round of thanks to all of our sponsors who are able to bring this game on this snowy, icy night to all of you at home for absolutely free of charge. So as we go into that, we will thank all of our wonderful sponsors yet again that bring this game and many others to you each and every.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
How lucky are we to have not one, but two 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com or find us on Facebook.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Let's face it, buying a home is one of the toughest things you'll ever do. At Forever Homes, we are licensed realtors that specialize in representing our clients in the purchase and sale of single-family residences and income property in Columbiana County. We truly love this area. We were born in this area, and we pride ourselves on the knowledge of transactions, school districts, neighborhoods, and related services. So the next time you need to buy or sell your home, make it Forever. Forever Homes Realty.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Locally owned and operated, Sheely's relaxed shopping experience means browsing and lounging is always encouraged.
Find Flex Deal and more at Sheely's Furniture and Appliance, because the best things in life happen at home.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Welcome back in, everybody. Ty Bartell, YSNLive.com, here in the second half of action between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Boardman Spartans. Austintown Fitch leading by 9 as Zeta Creaky hit the buzzer-beating halftime shot, fadeaway three-pointer from the wing to help the Falcons take a 3-possession lead. Fitch looking to add to their advantage. McCullough couldn't get it. Creaky can off the offensive board and bucket. Zeta Creaky now exploding in the last 2 minutes of game time offensively. She's got 7. Creaky looking to get the steal, ending up on top of it. And Creaky utilizing her back and the arms behind the back to draw the jump ball. Alternating possession arrows, though, does favor the Spartans. No, they're going to have to change it. They say the arrow was pointing in favor of the Falcons. So possession with Fitch. Table coaches made sure to inform the officials, and they correct the call on the court. So next time up, Spartans to have the possession arrow favor them as they change it. And they get the steal. Treveri, oh, what a trick by Treveri, keeping it in bounds. The pass, the bucket. What a try by Treveri, keeping her focus, keeping the dribble, tiptoeing along the sideline and finding Freeborough for the finish. McCullough can't get the bucket that exchange, and a foul called as Jordan secures the board. Fitch up by 9 after the exchange of buckets to start the first minute here of the third. Jocelyn Jordan picked up the foul, was not in the act of shooting, and was on the floor. As the Falcons, quick hit to Creaky. Oh, she splashed it home. Really finding that confidence in her shot. as Boardman now looking to put together a run. Mackenzie Riccatelli has a response ready and preloaded. She's got a dozen. 33-23, a 10-point advantage for Fitch. Creaky to Jocelyn Jordan. Jordan gets stopped up, kicks out to Ayla Ray. Ayla Ray cross court as Rachel Spalding with a whistle blown. And I believe a timeout was called by Austintown as they're going to utilize their first. Both teams with 4. It's a 30-second timeout. During this timeout, let's take a look at the YSN Power Rankings for this week on the girls' side of basketball. We see coming into today, Canfield still takes that number 1 spot. Salem with the 2nd place spot. Poland at 3rd, and Boardman the 4th place spot in our top 4. Fitch down at number 18, so it is a battle of 2 power-ranked teams, 4 versus 18 tonight. As you also see, Archbishop Hoban, new YSN school, that has been added, and they've made their first appearance on this list as well, coming in at number 7. Of course, we can't wish the Knights enough of a warm welcome. Got a chance to see Archbishop Hoban against Walsh Jesuit last night, where Hoban defended home court in a thriller 3-point victory. 6:23 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Falcons have a 10-point advantage. This game's been back and forth, but Fitch now with the largest lead of either team. Ayla Ray! Call them the Splash Sisters, Zeta Creaky. Ayla Ray, as Ray with her 4th triple of the evening. She's got a dozen. Call it 14. Correction, 14 for Ayla Ray. And the lead to a baker's dozen. Boardman looking to get offense, gets blocked. Jocelyn Jordan denies in the paint. Rachel Spalding to Ray. They kick to Jocelyn Jordan. Cuts it. Jocelyn Jordan, nice soft touch, underhanded layup. And the Falcons offense is running and clicking with a 15-point advantage at 5.5 in the 3rd. Boardman, no stranger to comeback victories, though. We remember their first matchup with the Howland Tigers earlier this season. That one, though, left on the rim. Fitch with the board. McCullough's running it down the sideline. McCullough kicks to Creaky. Creaky over to Ayla Ray. Creaky looking to dial up the distance shot. That one left on the back iron. It was knocked out of bounds by the Spartans at 5:05, and they'll keep it with Fitch. Ayla Ray going to be inbounding for Fitch at 5:05 to go. Jocelyn Jordan, they give that pass. They try to swing it around. Creaky keeps possession. Open in the corner. Rachel Spalding can't join the fun with the 3-pointer. Rebounded by Treveri. Treveri kicks to the corner. Riccatelli tries to get in on it. That 3-pointer left on the rim, and a jump ball is called. Spartans basketball. Looking to bring in Kylie Folkwine. She'll come in for Rachel Spalding. Boardman trails by 15 with possession. Need some offense to go their way. They go to Goski. Goski to Riccatelli. Riccatelli guarded by Folkwine. They bring the screen. Folkwine able to stay with her. Riccatelli throws up the difficult shot, but she could not finish. As it was left short, Falcons get the board. Creaky running it with Riccatelli guarding her defensively. Creaky tries to kick a hold of it, splits the defense, gets out to Ayla Ray. Ayla Ray gets into her dribble now. Over to Creaky, now to Jocelyn Jordan. Jocelyn Jordan tried to kick it to Ayla Ray, who was fading to the corner. Nicely done. Gia Treveri got into that passing lane and knocked it out of bounds. 4:15, 3rd quarter. Fitch basketball, but a timeout going to be taken by the Spartans, and Coach Hamilton wants to talk things over with Boardman. It'll be a full timeout on the floor, and we'll take one with Coach Hamilton and the Spartans, and thank our friends over at Mill Creek.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Shopping for a vehicle online should be easy and worry-free. Introducing Merge from Greenwood Chevrolet, a completely new way to buy a car that combines the convenience of shopping online with the personal touch and expertise that Greenwood is known for. With Merge, shopping is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Choose a vehicle from our pre-owned inventory, build a deal that fits your needs, and finalize the deal with our online buying team. That's car buying in a new lane. Visit greenwoodchevrolet.com and let us go the extra mile for you.
Boardman taking the timeout. Fitch getting ready to break their huddle, as it is going to be Falcon basketball to start. It was knocked out of bounds last by Boardman. Ayla Ray going to be inbounding, 4:15 to go. Creaky has possession, Ayla Ray. And the closeout quickly happening, and a carry called on Ayla Ray, and the turnover back to Boardman. Four minutes to go, quarter number 3. Boardman basketball trailing by 15. Mackenzie Riccatelli trying to cut that deficit, not to be had, little too strong off the glass as foul is called. Nice job, Kylie Folkwine playing keep away on the baseline while keeping her feet in bounds. Drawing the foul. That's a second addressed to Boardman here in the second half. None on the Falcons the other way. Couple of substitutions coming in for the Spartans, looking to get some fresh legs out on the floor. Looks like Bella Martin, Cami Goski, both going to come off the floor to get some rest. 3:50 and ticking. Fitch with a sizable 15-point advantage. Can look to expand on it. Creaky keeps the possession, gets over to Severn. Severn back to Creaky. Creaky tries to get through the pressure. Now out to Jocelyn Jordan. The give to Ayla Ray. Ayla Ray with the right to the corner. Ray kicks to Folkwine. Single dribble, Folkwine. Little wild on the take. Creaky turnaround. What a take by Creaky off the board. And Creaky really improving the inside game to complement her already phenomenal outside presence. And what a steal. Sam Severn looks to go coast to coast all the way, but she gets fouled late. And a nice job, good foul to erase the shot and make Sam Severn earn it at the line for 2. I believe that was Sarah Barrow who will pick up the foul. Only her first, as Sarah Barrow will pick it up, and Sam Severn to the line for 2. And Severn converts her first of 2. And that lead gets pushed for the Falcons, now up to 18 points. And now it is 19 after a 2-for-2 trip by Sam Severn. And at 3:05, Spartans desperately needing some offense. Trailing by 19, Riccatelli couldn't get the and one attempt, but she will get a couple at the line as Mackenzie Riccatelli, the leading scorer for the Spartans. She has a dozen points on the evening. And she'll have a chance for 2 more. Boardman electing to do kind of a quick on-the-fly huddle with the other 4 current starters in right now for the Spartans. In between shots, Mackenzie Riccatelli converts her first of 2 and cuts the Fitch lead to 18. That one too strong, looking for the board, able to save it, trying to get extra possessions, and the Spartans able to do so. Riccatelli able to grab a hold of it right in front of the Spartan bench, tiptoeing the sideline, keeping her feet in bounds. Riccatelli gets it back, 2:38 and ticking. Screen set, kick to the corner, right back to Freeborough, over to Riccatelli. 2.5 to go, quarter number 3. Riccatelli tries to go with her right, gets to the baseline, take goes off the side of the glass. Fitch with the board, 2:15. Possession to the corner as Sam Severn tried to quickly pass it. And a little bit of an unfortunate error for the Spartans, and that turnover as just losing the handle of it as it rolls out of bounds, and Fitch going to keep the possession, make a couple substitutions. Ayla Ray going to inbound it to 11. Fitch has been able to score off some quick hits from this point. They go into the half-court passing-wise, though, as Creaky and a tie-up with Riccatelli trying to knock it loose, able to get it out, hit for the basketball again as Jocelyn Jordan and Cami Goski scrap for the basketball, and I believe they say timeout was called, and they do say timeout was called, and I believe they'd say it was the Spartans that call it. No, the Falcons that call it, excuse me. So 3 timeouts left for each. A tick under 2 minutes, and then Jocelyn Jordan and Cami Goski were in a tussle for the basketball. Jocelyn Jordan must have secured possession at some point, and a timeout was called by Natalie Lynn. And obviously one of the officials right there to call the timeout while Fitch got possession, and that was a heck of a job and good awareness by Coach Lynn to call that quick timeout. Not a lot of time to be had because it looked like Goski pried it right back loose, but able to secure an extra possession. Fitch with 1:59 now. Get a chance to talk things over. Both teams with 3 timeouts still. And the Falcons can look to add to their advantage. It's one of those cases, too, where you don't want the offense to get out of rhythm, but you also don't want them working too quickly as you are playing with in front by 18. 6 possession lead can still be cut, and we've seen the Spartans cut deficits similar this season, but you also want to make sure you're eating enough time with each possession, but it also needs to have some success at the end of it. That one does not. Turnover. Boardman, Riccatelli, the 2-on-1, takes it herself and takes it against Creaky defensively for the score. And Riccatelli with another bucket. 90 seconds to go. Quarter number 3. The trap in the sideline. Creaky has it. Extra pass to Binion. And a traveling violation. Back-to-back turnovers by the Falcons. Pressure looked to be picked up at the half court as Rachel Spaulding awaits Riccatelli. Riccatelli gets to work offensively. Off of the leg momentarily, right back to Riccatelli. Treveri now in the corner. They kick it out. 3-pointer on the way. It's too strong. Binion gets the board, and Ayla Ray ends up with it. Final minute here in the third. Fitch leads by 16. Rachel Spaulding to Jordan. Now to Creaky. Creaky drives in. The floater, the take, the make. And Zeta Creaky adds another bucket to her total for the night. 40 seconds and ticking. And the Falcons back up by 18. Final 30 seconds. Boardman possession to the corner. 3-pointer Treveri. Left it short, rebounded though. Boardman can't get the second chance points, hits a few hands, and it is off of the Falcons last. Keep it with the Spartans. 19.2 to go. Cara Perone to come in for Binion. Looks like Bella Martin also checking in for the Spartans. Quick inbound 3-pointer on the way and splashed home. Mackenzie Riccatelli. Another bucket for Riccatelli. Boardman leading scorer. She cuts the deficit to 15. Losing the handle, Creaky. 3 seconds and ticking. Boardman looking for another shot. Freeborough pulls up and leaves it on the back iron. The lead cut to 15 as Mackenzie Riccatelli finds the bottom of the net from distance. She has 18 on the night. Fitch, though, with the lead going into the final 8 minutes of play. We'll, of course, have that final 8 minutes and more. Ty Bartel, YSNLive.com, right after this.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
High-res Futurecast shows steady snow for the next few hours.
Still just downright cold.
It is bitter out there.
Several strong bands of lake effect snow.
Some freeze warning, most of those up until around 10 o'clock this morning.
If you need a more detailed winter forecast on WFMJ.com and the Storm Tracker 21 app.
Plenty of folks are going to want to be using that Storm Tracker 21 app these next few days too, and be safe out on those roads, folks, as it looks to get bad out there with all that water freezing. You always know that that increases the likelihood of accidents and sliding on the road, and we of course want all our viewers at home to be driving with the utmost safety on those roads. What a take! Destiny McCullough to start the fourth quarter goes into the pressure and says bring it on with a bucket. 7.5. All Fitch here in the second half as they lead it now by 17. Boardman has been creating plenty of looks, just looking to finish them as they get a shot to fall there. And that's just what the doctor ordered. Sarah Barrow with the bucket. And it's back down to 15. Traveling violation called on the Falcons. And another turnover back to Boardman. Fitch trying to evade a Spartan comeback, starting to make a name for themselves this season off of comeback victories, the Spartans, especially in conference. Riccatelli to Treveri, 6:50 and ticking. To the corner, three-pointer, Smith, and the bank is open. Reagan Smith knocks it down, the lead down to a dozen, and wasting little time off of that. Timeout to be taken on the floor at 6:43. At 6:43 left in the ball game, Boardman wants the timeout. They want to talk things over and also get defense set up here, trailing by 12. We'll take a break real quick and thank our friends now at 21 Sports.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
We welcome you back here out of the timeout. Spartans left with 2 in the final frame as the Falcons will have 3. Zeta Creaky gets to McCullough. McCullough brings it down the sideline, evades the defense, goes to Perone, now to Jocelyn Jordan, over to Creaky. 6.5 and ticking. Riccatelli bringing up the defensive pressure. Ayla Ray off of a nice cut and finish as Ayla Ray adds another bucket to her total. 16 for Ray, 14 for Creaky, 30 points combined between the two. Tipped into the hands, Treveri, elbow jumper, can't get it off the bank. Rebounded, scrap for it. Martin and Jordan tied up for it, and the Spartans will keep it as the arrow favors them. Bit of a group substitution, mini group substitution, 3 for 3 as Sam Severin, Kylie Folkwine, Rachel Spalding in, Creaky, Ayla Ray, and Kara Perone checking out. The lead to 14, shot missed. It's pried loose, and it is off of Jocelyn Jordan last. Keep it with the Spartans, a tick over 6 minutes to play. Still plenty of time for Boardman, but they need to make good on a lot of these possessions, and Riccatelli with a strong take cuts it back down to a dozen. Falcons trying to limit the turnovers. Can't have many live ball turnovers in this one. That's what Boardman's going to try to create too. And if you're the Spartans, you're looking for those turnovers and quick scores hoping the law of averages finally start falling in favor of you and your game plan as Riccatelli knocks it out of bounds at 5:31. Creaky to check back in after a quick rest, and Jocelyn Jordan now going to get a quick rest on the bench as well. Natalie Lynn trying to effectively rest her starters and keep them preserved stamina-wise here in the fourth while getting exposure to some of the bench. Creaky attacks, kicks to McCullough. McCullough now to the corner. Folkwine picked up her dribble, looking to go somewhere, and gets it off of one of the Spartans as Sarah Barrow knocks it out of bounds. Fitch can be effective playing keep-away basketball. You just try to limit the turnovers, though, if you want to have these long, drawn-out possessions. Quick take, McCullough gets her on board. Second take, and she puts it up with a soft touch finish. Fitch with 50 points of offense and a 14-point lead back. Freeborough, the take in transition. Offensive board, Freeborough gets it back. Riccatelli dials up the three, and it's no good. Severn gets the board. We're under 5 to play. Sammy Severn now to that corner. Severn tries to pass to Folkwine. It was through her hand. She's able to track it down. Nice cut, McCullough. What passing by the Falcons, and they're creating all sorts of driving lanes. Another bucket to a Sweet 16 advantage. Boardman looks to get it back. Freeborough off a nice pass, and it's blocked. Defense coming in. Sarah Barrow comes in and cuts it. Count it, and one. Nice take by Barrow. Second foul for Fitch in the second half, as Barrow will step to the line for the and one try. The lead down to 14. Amaya Barnett, Jocelyn Jordan checking in for Sammy Severn and Kylie Folkwine. 4:22 left, and Barrow converts the and one try. The deficit down to a baker's dozen for Boardman. As Creaky goes to Jocelyn Jordan, who now feeds it. Rachel Spalding runs the sideline, kicks it out to Barnett. Barnett tries to keep a hold of it, and Jocelyn Jordan does get possession, drawing the foul. And I believe Martin gets tagged for it at 4:13. Creaky inbounds in to Spalding. Spalding with the wing three try. She left it short, rebounded. Boardman, 4 minutes and ticking. They trail by 13, needing buckets. Barrow, baseline take, and she cuts the lead again, now down to 11. Last 5 points scored by the Spartans coming from Sarah Barrow. Barnett in the dribble, gives to Spalding, now to Creaky. Creaky tries to get off the defense of Treveri. Screen is set, trying to split it, stolen away, ending up in the hands of Freeborough. Here comes Boardman, 3.5 to go. Spartans need offense. Barrow looks to give it to him. Off the rim, it's no good. Rebounded, Treveri shoots up the three, it's no good. Barrow rebound, turnaround jumper, off the glass, no good. Another board. Treveri has a lane with the take, leaves it off the rim, and a bucket. A lid on the bucket, rather, for the Spartans in that exchange. Nice cut by McCullough, splitting the defense with the finish. Fitch with another offensive bucket. Back down to 13 are the Spartans. And under 3 minutes to go, they need offense, and they need it in a hurry. Riccatelli looks to give them two. Count it. Add one on top of it with a free throw coming up for Riccatelli. As Mackenzie Riccatelli with the game-high 22 points of offense tonight. Another great game against the Falcons for Riccatelli, as she looks to make it 23 with the extra attempt and try to cut it back down to a 10-point game, and she does. 54-44, Fitch in front, 2:45 left to go. McCullough gets through the sideline, now to the wing, gets past and slips up on the baseline, and a traveling violation called on McCullough at 2:35. Amaya Barnett, Destiny McCullough to check out. Kylie Folkwine and Ayla Ray checks in. 2:35 to go. Spartans trail by 10. Riccatelli bringing it up. They bring the defensive pressure. Treveri now to Barrow. Barrow foot on the line too. And the ball out of bounds back to the Falcons off of Freeborough. 2:22. Fourth quarter of play. Barrow to check out, Martin to check in. And that one was tipped on the inbound try, ending up with it and going into a jump ball immediately. Great awareness and way to come in, and with that hustle play, Kylie Folkwine forces the jump ball off the tipped inbound pass. Ayla Ray now goes over top to Jocelyn Jordan. Now to Spalding, 2:15 and ticking. Fitch basketball and a 10-point lead. Ayla Ray tries to get it over to Folkwine. She does. Folkwine over top. Jocelyn Jordan had the edge, and the second chance attempt off the offensive board from Jordan is going to result in a pair of free throw attempts for the Falcon senior. As Jocelyn Jordan will now step to the line for two big free throw tries. Jordan with 8 points on the evening. And that first attempt, bit too strong, as Jordan will at least look to split the difference and convert one. She will convert that second attempt and the lead to 11. Boardman running out of time, needs offense. Freeborough to Riccatelli way downtown, and it goes out of bounds at 1:48. Ayla Ray to inbound for Fitch. Jocelyn Jordan takes it in, cuts it to Creaky. Creaky bringing it up, extra pass, Folkwine finishes. The lead to a baker's dozen yet again for Austintown. Firmly staying in front of the Spartans here in the second half, trying to evade several Boardman runs. But Boardman, you got to credit the Spartans. They've created looks. They've done a great job in the offensive rebounding department, gotten plenty of extra looks. Just one of those nights where it just seems like a lid is on the basket right now for the Spartans, and they just can't get any of those shots to fall despite them being good takes. And a lot of teams go through at least one of these games a season, and you always try to time them up at the right time with the right opponent. But consequently, too, and subsequently at the same time, Fitch offensively having a really good night, especially from behind the arc, as Zeta Creaky and Ayla Ray have been doing a lot of the lifting from the distance shots tonight for Austintown. 65 seconds to go. It's tipped, it's stolen away, and Riccatelli gets fouled near the midcourt stripe. 63 seconds to go, and a 13-point deficit for Boardman. As Gia Treveri going to be inbounding. No face guard. They bring it in late with McCullough on Treveri, the inbounder. Final minute to go in this ball game. Cut by Riccatelli, and she'll finish it. And the Spartans will take a timeout as they cut it down to 11 with 51.7 to go. 25 points for Mackenzie Riccatelli in tonight's contest. And we'll take a break with the Spartans. Thank our friends over at
Quality, customer service, and integrity.
Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
.7 seconds to go here from Boardman High School, and the Austintown Fitch Falcons are leading it by 11. Ty Bartzel, YSNLive.com here with you with every minute of the action called here on the network, absolutely free of charge tonight for yet another contest here in the Mahoning Valley and beyond. As a whistle blown, foul called, and the Spartans immediately going into the free throw game. That is going to put the Falcons in the single bonus now with the Spartans' 7th foul of the evening, and Zeta Creaky with a 1-and-1 coming up. Creaky with 14 on the evening, and make it 15 now on the night. Lead stretches to a dozen for Fitch. And Creaky couldn't make good on the second attempt. Riccatelli and the Spartans have it knocked out at 46.5, and Boardman looks to inbound with possession. Still in the backcourt, though. And for the Falcons, they're going to bring out Zeta Creaky and bring in Sam Severn for some fresh legs. Riccatelli, nice pass by Riccatelli, and the Spartans going to go to Cami Goski for the 2-pointer, and they'll cut that deficit down to 10 now after the 1-for-2 make on the 1-and-1 attempt from Creaky. Now makes that deficit 10 points, 4 possessions still, and for the Spartans, that was their last time out to take here in this ball game. So the Spartans hoping for a turnover and some quick scores now, and they're also hoping for some misses at the free throw line, and we've seen stranger things happen too. It's all about if you can get the ball in the hands of one of the lesser free throw shooters on the Falcons squad. You really ideally don't want it to get into the hands of Creaky, one of the better free throw shooters. We'll see what the Spartans draw up here. Would really love to create a turnover in this situation. 38.7 to go. Ayla Ray to inbound from the baseline. 10-point lead for Fitch. They go to Rachel Spalding, and Rachel Spalding fouled immediately by Smith. So now Rachel Spalding for a 1-and-1 attempt. 8th foul by Boardman. They can send Fitch to the line for a 1-and-1 attempt one more time. After 10, it's 2 free throws. And that first of the 1-and-1, no good, and Boardman getting it back. Lead down to 10, Spartans looking to get a bucket. Riccatelli to the corner, 3-pointer hoisted, 3-pointer, it is good, it rattles home. And a big bucket, down to 7, but is there enough time for the Spartans? And can they get enough misses at the stripe? Becomes the question. Destiny McCullough now for the 1-and-1 take, the last 1-and-1 attempt that Boardman can force on Fitch. 2 free throws on every foul going forward now, as it will put Fitch in the double bonus after 10. 1-and-1 attempt for McCullough. That one's no good. Out of bounds, back to the Spartans. 18.9, and the Spartans giving it everything they have for the full 32 minutes. This one's not over yet. Riccatelli, full court, kicks to the corner. Treveri back to Riccatelli. Dial up the three-pointer. It's wide to the left. Rebounded Ayla Ray. Ayla Ray evades the foul. Gets it to the baseline. No foul to be had. The Falcons going to burn out the rest of the clock as it will hit triple zeros. And the Austintown Fitch Falcons able to protect their second half lead and to the tune of a 58-51 victory over the Boardman Spartans here at Boardman High School. As we'll take a real quick look at our standings now. Not updated yet, but we will update them here verbally, I guess you could say, as that loss for Boardman will now take them to 10-7 overall on the season, 4-2 now in the conference, putting them 2 back of the conference leader Canfield at a 5-0, 15-1 clip coming into tonight. Fitch, following the win, will now go to 9-10 overall in the season with a 3-4 AAC record. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Basketball. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, we're able to bring this game to each and every person. I didn't be able to make it in attendance tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who, with his work with Bob Seton Park Baseball, YSU Football, and YSNLive.com, the many hats that Mr. Leslie wears, and we thank him for each and every single one of them. And most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities, you guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. If you were tuning in from the Austintown Fitch Falcon community out in Austintown, Ohio, we of course thank you for following us here to Boardman, and thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Austintown Fitch Athletics, but also YSNLive.com. Or if you were right here in Boardman, Ohio, supporting your Spartans, we will of course want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Boardman Spartan Athletics, but also YSNLive.com, or wherever you may be in the sport of high school basketball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.